Since the first game in the series till last, Saints Row has been known to have some of the most elaborate and outrageous Easter eggs. From unlocking superpowers to finding prehistoric creatures, it isn't easy to decide which of these hidden treasures are truly the greatest. But today I'll give it a shot as we look at the top 5 best Saints Row Easter eggs. For this list, we'll be rating each Easter egg by its complexity, the difficulty of finding it, and how generally awesome it is. And yes, I know I made this top 5 before, but that was prior to the release of Saints Row 4 and Gat Out of Hell, so this update video is long overdue. With that said, let's get started. Starting off our list, we have the Hidden Employees Room. In Saints Row 4, head to the clothing shop Let's Pretend, where you'll find this employees only door. By shooting it enough times, the door will break open, revealing a poorly lit passageway. Walk on through until you reach a small room underneath the store. As you can see, the wall is covered in cardboard cutouts of Volition employees. On the left, you have a cutout of Saints Row 4 senior producer Jim Boone. On his stomach, you could see a smaller version of himself, clearly a reference to the film Total Recall. If you shoot the heads, they'll burst into small fireworks. In this small bathroom, you can find a blow-up doll sitting on the toilet. One last addition to this Easter egg is a hidden weapon on this chair. The loud locust is a direct reference to Men in Black's noisy cricket. Holding down the trigger will charge the pistol before it fires a powerful explosion. Every shot will cause your player to ragdoll and fly a couple feet back. Between seeing the faces behind the game and getting a new deadly weapon, you can't go wrong with the Employees Room. When it comes to dark and ominous Easter eggs, none other quite match with the obscene levels of the Sex Cavern. At the Morningwood Cemetery in Saints Row 2, you can find this mysterious hole in one of the open tombs. Inside, you'll find a disturbing sight of coffins, bones, blow-up dolls, and whatever substance is on this wall. The cavern ends just behind a trailer park next to a water tower. Once you've received an eyeful, I recommend grabbing one of the blow-up dolls and inflicting pain on nearby mourning NPCs. As a little bonus, every tombstone near the cavern has a name of a Volition employee. At number 3, we have Eye for an Eye. In both Saints Row 1 and 2, there's a crucial point in each campaign where a main Saints character dies. In 1, Lynn drowns in the back of Sharp's car, and in Saints Row 2, Carlos is mercy killed by the boss. After passing these 2 missions, you can call the number Eye for an Eye. During your playthrough, you've likely seen the billboard for the number across the city. By calling it, you unlock an undead version of the deceased homie. Both will show up in a decked out hearse, but they quite differ from there. Zombie Lynn is covered with seaweed and decayed flesh. Her only form of attack is pulling off her left arm to use as a melee weapon. Any nearby bodies she'll run over to feast on. Carlos, on the other hand, can use firearms and won't attempt eating corpses. His distinct visual difference is a large head wound where the boss shot him. It's pretty neat to see through his skull, and you can even see a twitch each time he blinks. So if you were upset with the death of either Lynn or Carlos, you could be thankful for the voodoo practitioners at Eye for an Eye for bringing them back. And before I get 100 comments, Zombie Gat does not count towards this Easter egg since he's an endgame unlockable rather than a secret. Moving on to the series' most covert Easter egg, we have the Secret Stash. Not only is it one of the greatest hidden additions in the franchise, it was also the most secretive. For context, only one video on the Easter egg existed for nearly a decade. To perform the Easter egg, head to this sloppy seconds at midnight and enter in the cheat for the pimp cane. Next, break in the back door and go to the store safe. Instead of putting in the combination like normal, start by pressing A and putting in the combo backwards. Once you're on the last turn, press down twice on the D-pad to exit, then walk out the back door. If all was done correctly, you'll unlock the Secret Stash. The perks of this Easter egg include constantly being on fire without taking damage and having 10 times the normal melee strength. As long as you don't exit the game or load a save, you'll have the Secret Stash abilities. Not even dying will disable its effects. My favorite thing to do with this Easter egg is climb into the back of a quad or a truck and hit its back window to launch like a rocket. Another thing I recommend is playing through the story and having a bit of fun causing random chaos.
You got spirits, and I'll give you that.
As a quick honorable mention, let's look at Saints Row III's Punisher Easter egg. What makes this hidden reference so unique is that it has the special title of being the only Easter egg to be removed from a Saints Row game post-release. Originally in Kinsey's crib, you can go into this room and see the Punisher on a newspaper headline. It was supposed to be nothing more than a nod to Volition's 2005 Punisher game, but since the company no longer owned the rights to the character, Marvel stepped in.
Mike Watson's telling us it was Punisher's screenshots in Kinsey's hideout.
That's right, yeah. And that actually shipped in the game, and we had to patch that because, yeah, we were contacted. It's just something that nobody really noticed. It was in there for so long.
Right.
And we shipped, and then we got contacted. We're like, wait, you're going to
look
have
how
to pull
slow
that
this is
out.
running.
Yeah.
The Easter egg had to be removed, and the whole ordeal was rumored to cost Volition $4,000. For such a small blunder, it made for a fairly memorable Easter egg. And at number 1, we have the Secret Islands. Without a doubt, the most adventurous and over-the-top Easter egg in the Saints Row series is a cluster of hidden islands spread across the west side of the city's ocean. With a boat or aircraft, you can reach any of the 3 main islands. You have the pirate ship, plesiosaur fossil, and of course the main island. Here you'll find another fossil and a cave under the waterfall. Inside is a Roman statue and the Volition logo on top a column. Over in the water, you can see a baby plesiosaur swim by, but these are just the icing on the cake to the final secret island. By going to this location, you can find a staircase with a wooden arrow pointing northwest. Following it will take you to 2 more arrows before stopping at this small island. Go to the top and watch the magic. Behold the giant Cabot. If you're unfamiliar with the Cabot, it's a reference to one of Volition's previous games, Summoner. If you climb or attack the Cabot, it will fall over and disappear. Easily, this is one of the best Easter eggs in gaming history. I can't even begin to tell you how many friends and players I would show this to. You may not unlock any powers or get a secret weapon, but the journey itself is what makes this Easter egg so great. The giant Cabot also makes an appearance in Saints Row III, but it's arguably not as thrilling to find like in Saints Row 2.
Staying here won't get me laid.
Well everyone, there you have the top 5 Easter eggs in the Saints Row series. If there's an Easter egg you personally enjoy, please leave a comment below. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters John, Jordan Flattery, and Scissor. Like always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.